right? Men are able to compartmentalize, but they are simple. And I envy that. A guy can look at weight gain like an isolated thing. Well, I gained weight. Better remedy that with some bigger pants. Here we go. To the Dillards. Not that simple for girls, is it? Because we know when we gain weight, it's never just about the weight, is it? No, it's attached to many things because everything is everything and it's all happening at once. That's right.
I gain weight because I don't have a work-life balance. I don't have a work-life balance because I hate my fucking job and I don't have time. I hate my fucking job because I didn't get the job I wanted, because I didn't go to school for long enough time, because the guy I was dating at the time didn't encourage me and I always date the wrong men. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. We are constantly beating ourselves up as women, and we are constantly feeling bad. And then I started to feel bad about the fact that we feel bad. And then I started to think on the fact that we have a mental illness in this country, where as totally normal women, we just feel bad about ourselves, or we just feel gross. At least once a day, if you're an American woman, you will utter the phrase out loud or to yourself, ugh, I just feel so gross. For what? For sweating? For working out? For not working out? For feeding yourself? For having sex? Okay, that one, I don't know. He might be. They might be. To burn off a whole arm. Okay. It's easy to stand here and say that. However, counterpoint, you know when you're eating and you take like one extra bite too much and you can feel yourself gain weight because your bra gets tight? You know what I'm talking about? I call it the thickening. And boys, you need to know about the thickening, because so many of our behaviors as women, you're like, oh, she just went crazy, everything was fine. No, it was the thickening. It's not you. You brought us for a nice meal. It's not your fault. Every girl's been sitting there, you're like, I'm having the best time, and uh-oh. And get me out of here. And you should know, once the thickening happens, it's over. And it's nothing you did. We need to go to a safe space and eat more food, okay? That's what the thickening is. You gotta get her out of there. No woman's ever been like, ugh, I just feel so gross. Let's fuck it out of me. It's over. Give it a beat. I was feeling so bad about myself and so mad at myself and just awful. And my husband looks at me and he goes, well, I think you're beautiful. It's not about what you think. It's between me and her, and she doesn't even know it. And every night we go to bed, I would kiss my husband goodnight, and I would say, I love you. My husband would say, I love you too. And I would say, okay. Go to sleep. And he would. He'd roll over and he'd go to bed, and I'd roll over and stare at the door where bra would be hanging. And I'd look at her and she at me. And I'd whisper to her. And I'd say, I love you. And Bra would look back at me and she'd say, let me die. I've served you well. My cups runneth over. Seriously, you need to go up a band size. I'd say, please, don't go. You could at least wash me. I said, please, I need you now more than ever. I can be useful in other ways. You can carry your jewelry in my cups. I could be stuffed into the shoe to keep its form. It was like the end of the giving tree. Cut off my straps and make me into a necklace for a village cat. Only been married for 4 years, but in that short time, I have figured out what marriage is. Notice how everyone's silent. All the long haulers are like, let's hear it, Missy. Marriage is every morning for the rest of your life, waking up next to someone and having to hear a full report of how that person slept. And if you don't act like this information is new and interesting, you are a monster.
My husband does not sleep well. I know my husband does not sleep well
Because I sit next to my husband.
part of my wifely duties is every morning I must play the part. I must get into character. I wake up, I see him.
How did you sleep? My lord. Seems you've grown a tail.
Then my husband plays his part.
Who, me? Oh. Not well.
You know?
Oh. Fascinating. What could we do with this brand new problem? Do you think you maybe finally want to see a medical doctor? Before I kill